Okay. Should be fine. Hopefully. Outgame audio is at like a decent level, I have no clue. We'll see. I'll just do a normal run just because I don't want to throw myself into it immediately. Hit every shot type on normal already. Yeah, it's just a remove, nothing weird. I knew the second I grabbed that, I'm like, it's gonna turn blue. Tragedy. Oh, and that one went off the screen, that's unfortunate. Mr. UFO doing terribly. Not actually. I remember when I was new to UFO, if I ever like messed up matching that color and getting more life pieces, I would just like restart the run. Because I had like no confidence in myself. As the resource system is completely based on UFOs in this. It's actually weird to think that far back. Yeah, I feel like that filters a lot of people in UFO. Like, I don't totally blame them, it's just weird to get used to that. You're accustomed to the idea, like, you got a life at X amount of points. That's also that on top of the fact it's really punishing dying in UFO specifically, because you lose a whole unit of power like 1.0, and that's just a ton. It's not even about the life, it's the fact you're like going to be struggling the following life. Because you lose all the damage. That means you have to deal with more nonsense. Like realistically I should have 5 lives by now, but whatever. I know you can play stage 2 like mega pacifist, like you don't really need to interact with anything. I really should have died there, honestly. I'm just not gonna interact. I'm missing out on power right now, but whatever. I don't like blowing these up if they go low, and I forgot to misdirect them high, so Why would I do it? Oh, this is so baby on normal. Like, even on hard, I think she has like full lanes at that point. I want the stuff, but I'm not willing to throttle myself into that. And the stage 2 has been terrible in terms of resources. I don't know why I played it so afraid for no reason, but whatever. I think UFO is your least favorite to go back to. Yeah, I don't... it's always a game I think like, man, I want to play UFO, then I play it, and I immediately don't want to play it anymore. It's like the meme of the little girl like thinking about drawing, and then piece of mirror with the crayon, exasperated, that's me. I'm like, this is fun, and then I get to stage like 5, and I'm like, oh yeah, I never remember the routing, I hate it here. Or I die once, and I suddenly lose the ability to do damage, I'm like, yep, I hated her. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, I'll remember routing if I'm like grinding out one particular game, but then I won't play it for like a year or like a few months, and I'll immediately forget everything. Oh. I was like tunneling on the health bar. Fine, we righted it. I've already done normal with every character in this game, it's not like this run matters. It's like the UFO system is generous if you know how to grind it. I'm not stressed. It's not like I'm losing a life on stage 5, that's when it gets really annoying, but this card lasts forever because I died and my damage is nothing. Still 4, so it's okay. Yeah, it's always stage 5 and 6. There's something about 6 I never even bothered learning, like even when I routed, or like air quotations routed this game like decently enough to get a 1C save. I always had like segments I used bombs on that I just didn't understand. I want the UFO, but it's all the way over there, so I'm not gonna get it. It's so sad. There's that one segment in stage 4 that is very generous. I can get like through 2 sets of UFOs at least. I feel like whenever I play this game, I always just dropped some random life here on stage 3. Very Charion, even though like realistically, I get the gist of what I'm supposed to do, it's just execution. I've been keeping up with PLA leaks, yeah. I've been going further than that, but you know, if you know. Yeah, I've been keeping up and I've been reading like everything basically. It's really interesting. I will say I can't wait for those mons to hit like an actual meta game. Some of them at least, for sure. I need Overquill in my life. I also need a ready UFO. I was gonna say, I don't like the fact I'm up here. It's probably horrible when it was. That was greedy. I wanted to break it so badly. That was terrible. It's fine, it's been a minute. It's also weird talking while doing this. Have to ease into it. I remember when I did, I think it was you last time I streamed Touhou. I did like terribly the first like half an hour and then it got better. So I could hit the rest of the run. Simple. I wish I had 4.0 though. Not having it just feels terrible. Especially in this game. It's kind of like that in 18 too, but usually cards can compensate that. Mizumara with that mixed damage kind of blows. Cards will last like 40 seconds. It's kind of terrible. Yeah, I like the Goodra a lot. I say this is someone who slammed a Goodra forever for being a boring mono type when every pseudo is an interesting like dual type, at the least. I think the omission of Flash Cannon in its move pool kind of sucks, but outside of that, I'm pretty excited for it. So I used my first bomb. Oh wait, the Scyther good? Oh, I didn't realize Scyther got that too. I thought that was like a cleaver only thing. That's interesting. I noticed that Scizor got it, which is interesting because it always had to run superpower. So if you can actually run CC knock, that's really cool. Saw Lopunny got double edge as well. There's some weird move pool stuff going on in that game because some moves got cut. I know Togekiss lost Nasty Plot because it's not in the game, but it gained Calm Mind and Moonblast, which is honestly an upgrade. I would trade away NP for Moonblast on that thing, but it's very obnoxious. Pikachu line also lost NP in that game, obviously, and I think it gained CM as well. I know Eevee got CM. Is cool. Like a lot of stuff actually got Calm Mind. Felt like it. I think I missed that. Like, if you actually play this segment well, you get 3 radio foes. You get a ton out of it. I kind of threw away a life on the air quotations mid-boss thingy. I don't even at 4 still, that's surprising. And move changes are very weird. But I do like seeing new tools added. Like, they kind of went ham with Gardevoir's move pool for no reason. Like, I really didn't think it needed any of that, but cool, I guess. I don't know how well you can really justify Gardevoir using Ice Beam. That feels kind of weird. Recover, sure, but you know, buffs are buffs. They got nothing meanwhile. Yeah, they got nothing and lost something. Didn't they also not put Recover on Avalugg? If I was skimming it right, it looked like it didn't have Recover by a level up, which is kind of like horrendous. Why would you do that? What I think is stranger still is Vespiquen has Recover, which is new, but it doesn't have access to Roost, even though Roost is in the game. I find that bizarre. Because now it has 3 different forms of recovery if you ever put in the game with all those moves again. I don't know why they didn't just give it Roost and call it a day, but you know, they do what they want, I guess. So strange. Yeah, Heal Order's omission in Sword and Shield will always confuse me still. Especially because they kept Attack and Defend Order, and like I can get the argument that those are like actually unique moves compared to Heal Order just being Recover but different. Still though, feels weird to keep 2 and you just cut the 3rd. So what are these angles? I don't like that angle. It's also weird what they did with stats on some mons. Like I feel like some got way better treatment than others in terms of min-maxing. Yeah, everything's not going to be evenly balanced. It's just interesting to see what they do sometimes. Not over the Toxic Cut and BDSP. That one I can, like, understand more, though. Like, I get what they're going for. Can the survival end already? Please. Thank you. Box out as soon as you get your hands on a Voltorb. Okay, here's the thing. Voltorb literally looks the same, but they just slapped the secondary type on it, like, in like every regard and added grass moves on it. The one thing I would want for Electrode from that game is I want it to get Leech Seed at the least, because I think having an incredible speed tier and substitute Leech Seed with Soundproof is actually an interesting niche. It's not great, it's still bad, its coverage is terrible, it can't break past like grasses and stuff, but, you know, that'd be neat. That's all I want. Like, I don't know what else you would do with that thing, given they decided to keep all the same abilities. Assuming they keep it the same from the data mine. I think it has Soundproof, Aftermath, and I forget the 3rd slot. It might be Static. I don't think it's Infiltrator. I can't remember the 3rd because I don't really think a base Electrode like ever does. Soundproof I know for sure. That's the one thing I would actually use. Give me UFO. That was a bad time to summon it, because it's the transition part of the stage. I didn't have a bomb. I'm dumb. I need one more for life case echo. Yeah, Grass Electric is neat. I'm glad we got on something that isn't Rotom, even if it is Electrode. Like, yeah, you could do Sub-Seed Volt Switch if you so desire. You could even maybe attempt to implement Charge Beam, I guess. I don't foresee it getting any powder-related moves, just because it's literally Electrode but wood. Like, usually powders are reserved for, like, flower kind of mons. Mushrooms. I did notice they retype Poison Power to be an actual Poison-type move, which is interesting. And I imagine it's because of that rework they did in Gen 6, where powder moves don't affect grass types, so they wanted to differentiate Poison Powder a bit because it's not technically like grass. I think there were a couple other moves that had their typings changed. Can't remember what though. Okay, now it's when I realize I have 3 power, but like, come on. Work with me. Rat. Rat! Thank you. I'm amazed I've thrown away this many lives and still have 5, honestly. The beginning of this run was absolutely atrocious. I realize it's normal and it's like easy for me at this point, but still UFO. Shout out to the unknown buff. Okay, like, I won't be like incredibly explicit because the game's not technically out yet, but like, the hidden power change in regards to the other mon it affects functionality-wise is like, that's insane. Like, it's actually just insane. Wait, did Cresselia get Recover outside of Moonlight? That's cool. That you don't have to deal with an APP move anymore that also loses to weather. I know Mesprit got Recover added to its move pool, which I think is strange. Like, it fits. It's just weird only Mesprit, even though Yuxi would use it the best probably. I forgot what Yuxi got. Like, they all got like one move, I think. They also got like that one new move, I don't remember what it's called or what it does. So strange. I forfeit a bomb to show's like 4th card because they never remember how to do it. Also, I'm Rainbow, so there's that. I really wonder how National Dex is going to handle a lot of the stuff that's added though. Mechanically, at least, for some of it. Because I feel like Hidden Power would like be axed in that dex if it functions the way it does in Arceus. Because that just sounds absurdly broken on anything that's remotely decent. So I wonder what they'll do with that. Yeah, I feel like the abilities might be subject to change, at least because they copy-pasted a ton of them on some mons, but I think in regards to stats, all those will probably stay the same. Because we did have that situation before with Bank, and the top boosts are like the best example. I think Azu had access to something according to the Bank data mine that it lost and blanking what it was. It's like one of the DLC moves from Gen 8, I forget. Never in my life will I get this card right, because I always just fail to go fast when it rotates the other direction. Like, why does it do it so fast? I hate that. Rainbow player does not want to go fast, also I thought I death bomb that, oops. I was gonna say, like, outside of that, I think the show fight was actually decent. By decent, I mean it was literally perfect until that one card. It's normal though. Seeing this fight enough of my life getting filtered by it. Also, it was slated for horsepower. That's what it was. That would have been cool because it would have actually given it a means to break through Toxapex. But I kind of get why they cut it. Like, I don't think it's the most fitting move on that thing. I don't know. I do think the omission of Earthquake in Legends Arceus is bizarre. Particularly because a lot of the mons that get Earthquake tend to get, or a lot of the mons that get high horsepower tend to get Earthquake outside of like Rapidash and stuff. So like by omitting Earthquake, there's weird cases like Garchomp, because Garchomp doesn't get high horsepower. That just like has no good physical stab in Arceus on the ground side. Really weird. Again, I really wish Gutra got Flash Cannon because that move is in that game. I don't know why it doesn't get it, but yeah, I don't know. I guess that makes sense. I always just viewed Earthquake as just like the really standard kind of like dummy strong ground move. But they did add like the, I think, ground type close combat move in Arceus, which like I don't think that many things get. I only remember like 2, but I guess. Why did I do that? Why did I grab that? This is now a Space Invader stream, by the way. I think you can only possibly get one Radiofa on this stage because I think they all just end up being blue from the fairies. Yeah. Past the point, I think there's like 1 or 2 that change colors early on. Not Nui, it's Baron Turtle. Which turtle was it again? Oh, Torterra, right, yeah. Actually, the addition of Sleep Powder to Torterra's move pool is actually greatly appreciated. Assuming Sleep works the same way in Gen 9. You know, it's like not gonna instantly save Torterra or anything, but it's actually like a nice addition to its move pool. Also, Torterra gets to point and laugh at Meganium because I don't think Meganium has access to that move either. And then Meganium, or like Chikorita, gets Poison Powder, and maybe it gets Stun Spore? I don't think it does, but does Chikorita get Sleep Powder? Maybe it does. Maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe I just forget because Chikorita has no purpose. Overcoat and Enamorous. I think Overcoat's nice on it. Yeah, Ursaluna's stupid. Like, why does Ursaluna have 550 BST and it's min-max with minus 30 spat? Like, I understand they took like 5 or 10 away from the speed, but like, what the frick? Like, it didn't need to be min-max, it's good as is. You already gave it Guts and Bulletproof, like, what are you doing? like, Ursaluna is legitimately a combination of, like, Diggersby meets Conkeldurr. Like, it's just a Conkeldurr spread on a Diggersby typing. With, like, excellent abilities, maintaining Guts, and then Bulletproof, giving immunities to, like, a lot of common coverage moves that would hit it. Then it's just obscenely bulky on top of that. Why is that thing so thoroughly excellent? It's actually impressive. It gives me the same energy as when the Gen 7 decks leaked, and I remember I was on campus and I was just looking through it before I had like an art class. I was like, wow, most of these mods suck, like in a competitive sense. And then I got to Toxapex, I'm like, what happened here? Why did they combine Tangrowth and Tentacruel? What is this? And then it got knocked off an Ultra, and it's just like, okay, sure. Definitely didn't need it, but alright. You do you. You do you, devs. Yeah, Ursaluna's going some kind of BL, I'm on something. I mean, it's kind of cool, though. It's also interesting to think it's the only bear Pokemon that's, like, quadruped. the purple card. Even though the circle bullets are like kind of pink. Yeah, Pex was dumb, is dumb. Emon's just something. Yeah, I think I saw your post in the one thread where I think you said every evolution item could be obtained except for Cleavor and Ursaluna's. I think it was. Just weird why it's those two specifically. I'm pretty sure Cherubi's a Treemon. I can't imagine it not being one. I hate this next card. I hate it because there's like nothing happening. And then there's just like the star, and you just have to like avoid it. But because of the curvy laser, you just like always manage to get clipped. Or at least I always manage to get clipped. Or I have to like hug the bottom and it makes me uneasy. I don't like this non either. I think she like spins around the screen. I have to like rotate with her, but it's just obnoxious. Like I never know when I'm supposed to go because I want to do damage to her, but I go up here and then I don't. It's like, what the heck? What do you want? I can do it like that, but that's like no damage. Have to rotate and do it again. I did it too slow and I don't want to deal with it, so I'm not even gonna bother. This card's cool though. I have no idea where Cherubi is in regards to like in-game though. Even through all the leaks, I still haven't seen a single like Zorua in like its environment. I'm assuming it's in like the AC area, given the trailers and stuff like that. I've not seen it. Because I do think that Zoroark with Illusion will be really interesting. Because it actually has 3 immunities. So work in tandem with Illusion. Oh, she had like 1 health. That sucks. I'm not Byakuran. I don't even have full damage, or like I had full damage, but it's in the last area, yeah. That's what I figured. Card has so much health if you don't line up with her, like I am right now. Get back here. I think it's fastest if you always aim for the corner. Good old UFO. Die. Full power! Wow, it's a final card already, really. Wow. I really like this card. Simple, but it's neat. Just fun. Also, I don't know what the word would be. I like the paths that the cards are indicated with. It's pretty nifty. Oh. We're doing really well. Killer. It was almost a capture. Almost. Or how ridiculously sloppy that run was. I'm like baffled that was a 1cc, but it's still normal, so that's probably why. Used one, your team in-game was the second worst mana on the team after Arcanine. I mean, it's extremely frail, so I could, like, understand. I think it'll be more interesting in the main games, where I can actually, like, utilize illusion stuff. Again, because the fact you have 3 immunities is just really, really cool. Like, Zoroark shenanigans are really limited, and I almost said base game, not base game. Unova Zoroark, because Dark isn't the greatest defensive typing to jade people, because you only have 1 immunity, and, like, resistances, and you're also still frail, like normal Ghost. A lot better in that regard. Yeah, the whole style thing makes it easy to die. I feel like using Frelmonts in game is actually not really good. From the bit I've seen. Yeah, no Rocket on Arcanine depresses me. It's like the one thing I wanted from that mon. At least a Growlithe is cute, I like Growlithe. I don't foresee it being amazing. I guess Intimidate, which is cool, I guess. Yeah, it feels like you just have to let things die. I don't think I got Head Smash either, no. Like, even if it didn't have Rocket, like, you could have just put Head Smash in it. Well, actually, no, I don't think Head Smash is in the... Is Head Smash in PLA? Rampardos is in the game, but I don't know if Head Smash is. I don't remember seeing it on the move doc. Maybe I'm blind, though, because there's, like, not a ton of moves in the game. I know that for sure. It's like 170 or something. Yeah, definitely Goodra and Ursulwin are like two of the best mons introduced. Still can't believe Enamorus is real. Let's do hard with Snivy and fail horribly. Because I can't just autopilot while talking about Pokemon the whole time. Or I could, but I'll probably do badly, but that's okay. We're here to have fun. Why did I pick UFO today? I like UFO, but I hate UFO, but I like it. Sudowoodo and Rampardos is the only lines with Head Smash. Huh. I kind of forgot Sudowoodo was in the game, but that makes sense, because I think everything in the Platinum Sinnoh decks is in the game except for Quagsire for some reason. I don't know why he was omitted specifically. But alright. Rat card, rat card, rat card. I looked away and I looked back and I saw like the purple bullet was like a pixel off of me. This is a very high level focus gameplay, clearly. See, this is the routing you want if you want to farm the life piece. So then you have this much by the ball. Can you have 5 lives by the ball? I don't think you can. Maybe you can. Yeah, it feels like most of the decks is just Gen 1 mons, barring the starters, and I think Pidgeot and Beedrill lines aren't there, but it feels like a lot of Kanto mons are there, and then it's like the whole Sinnoh decks. And then I feel like there's basically no modern mons outside the ones that got forms or evolutions. Which is like, okay, fine. I'm really down for them to do more spin-offs like this in the future, like with like actual like more content like this. I think it's more like infinitely more interesting than BDSP, which is just like I could not care less. Like I'm like afraid to even see what they do to a Gen 5 remake, but if they do like a PLA style thing where they have like new mons, regionals and stuff, I'm okay with it. Yeah, I know Wurmple is. It's a big Wurmple. That was funny. I'm just glad they did something different for once. I expected nothing, so I'm pleasantly surprised by the amount of like stuff there is worth discussing in that game. Yeah, they could just slap the original dragon in there, but like, you know, that's like a given. There's like a basis for that to exist. Here's your 800 like 20 BST behemoth. Have fun. I don't even know what you would do with the typing-wise, if it would just be like a pure dragon with the coverage of all, like, Kyurem, Zekrom, Reshiram, I'd imagine. I hate how low the diamonds go in hard. So annoying. Why are you so dense for no reason? I hate that. Here, Dragon with the Legend Plate. Give nothing else the Legend Plate. The Legend Plate is the most broken item I've ever seen in my entire life. Am I allowed to say I've played it? I feel like I'm not supposed to say that. Hypothetically, that is. Hypothetically, if I were to say I've played it, I would say it would have hypothetically been pretty neat. Put it that way. Yeah, I felt like it'd be Pure Dragon event, I guess. I don't know what the frick it would look like. Okay, yeah, the plate itself isn't the worst thing. It's more like what like the interaction is with Judgment is really the thing. Like what was going on there? Okay. I don't care, I'll burn the bombs, I just want life. Pieces. Why am I doing it like this? Why did I do it like that? That was horrible. I deserve nothing. Why would I ever route it that way? That's so terrible. At the literal bottom of the screen. Like, yeah, this is a good idea. I love how much more dense this is compared to normal. I still love this not for the fact that bullets change colors, it's so pretty. No bias because it's Kogasu, no, never. Ever. Who would ever be biased toward their favorite characters? Give me the red one, thank you. Why am I doing it like this? Why did I play ending of the stage like that? It's so dumb. Yeah, Legend Plate is interesting though. Hi Kiki. Your eyes, what do you mean? That's pretty. It's also pretty. All of it's pretty. Kokasu's pretty. This game is pretty. And painful. And it's pretty painful. I do like what they did with Unknown though, that it's a fun little thing. They actually managed to make the Unknown collecting interesting, because that was something... I did it in the original DPP, but I despised it. It was so tedious. It was literally just running through individual rooms and just being like, I found the letter Q. It was not fun or interesting in the slightest. And then you do all that and you get like, what, like a room with like a rare candy lake. I thought it'd actually lead to something interesting. I needed a bomb there, I thought she would die. Sad. Like, who actually liked collecting the unknowns in DPP for that one secret room? I don't think a single soul. I threw up my bombs because I wasted 2 lives on that, and that was terrible. We were doing okay until then. Yeah, full sets of unknown in most games. Yeah, but is it like fun to get every set of unknown in every game? It's just kind of annoying. Like, I did it once, but I can't see myself doing it again. Outside of like the format that it is in PLA, because I actually think it's fun. It gets a laugh out of me with where they place them. The first one I saw was just sitting on a what was it, like a stump. And I was like, why are you here? Yeah, I think it's like a fun, less extreme version of like the Korok thing in Breath of the Wild, but like, you know, not like 900 of them. Whatever number it is, I never bothered. Feel bad for those who actually want Unknown in their team. I think it's cute, but like, yeah, using one is another story. 48 across the board outside of 72 offenses, Mono Psychic, no thanks. I'm good. At least it has an easy to remember stat spread, because it's so trash. It's like Glalie and Spinda and Fione. Gonna put like a gap in your bullets or not? Okay. Too cool. Got it. Why are your lasers so fast? Oh my goodness. I know I didn't have a bomb, okay. I say I thought I did, no I didn't. I wasted the Monkogasa. Can't catch into early Pokeballs, you have one random amount caught in a wing ball. The concept of wing balls is very funny. Now it's 2 fists instead of 1. Crazy. We do a little misdirecting and then corner ourselves and then can't boost, so you have to waste a bomb. That's what we do. Why are you so dense? Why are you so dense? Stop. Stop with the density. Can I not wall myself? Okay. I was gonna say I don't have a bomb. All I'm saying is it's not looking like a 1cc. Also, I hate when that happens. I hate when the boss or mini-boss spawns and it just breaks the phone, doesn't even give you the life piece even though it's filled. So mean. Yeah, actually, how bad is Spiritomb in that game? Spiritomb in the original DPP is, like, atrocious. I don't think I've ever gotten one, like, legitimately, because it's like, oh, just interact with one of the people. Like, I think you could just cheese it with, like, 2DSs, but I never felt, like, bothered to. Like, I get the gist of what you need to do for Spiritomb in it. Yeah, that seemed to be the gist of it. I still feel like that's better, you know, than what it was in DP. What is Touhou? Describing that in a singular sentence is pretty difficult, so I'd honestly recommend you look into it and read into it like a little bit. It's a very long-running series of shmups, is basically the gist of it. Yeah, manual evolution is very cool. That was one thing that Puppet Dance Performance did that I loved. I never expected them to bring it to like a mainline, or like to Pokemon rather. So I'm very pleased by that. I like that a lot because it just, you know, removes the annoyance of putting an Everstone on something that you may not necessarily want to evolve. That always felt like unintuitive. It felt like a thing that was just like a remnant of like older games that kind of just like stuck. Like if I don't want to evolve it, I don't want to evolve it. Don't need to tell me every single time. It also would be useful in the case of if a pre-evolution learns a move that the evolution doesn't. Like, I think BDSP actually fixed that in regards to Shroomish and Breloom. where I think Breloom actually, you know, learns Spore on its own now. I don't know how that works exactly for some mons though. I know Chimchar got Slack Off, but not the rest of the line. I don't know if that was rectified or if that's still a thing. Wow. I feel like this is a good period to like transition into practice mode where I can kind of just fumble and it's fine. Doing this in actual like main game kind of blows. I'm good enough at UFO to like talk in autopilot and normal hard is another story. I never grinded hard UFO though. Ever. Normal had me shook for too long. What's Inferno gonna do with Slack Off? Let's be real. It's cool on Eviolite Monferno. Don't hate. That's kind of neat. Yeah, like the Eviolite Monferno's okay. If you want to be funny, you could run Will-O-Wisp Slack Off Infernape if you want to be really funny. It's not good, but it's funny. Actually, now that Gardevoir gets access to Recover, you could do Will-O-Wisp plus Recover, which is kind of neat. Because I think before, like, I thought about it, but then the only move it had access to was, like, Wish. Like, Wish Protect Wisp is, like, too much to ask for, given its, like, physical bulk is atrocious. It's, like, 68, 65, it's horrible. I think that's cool. Also, in regards to the what is Touhou question, I'd honestly recommend the YouTube channel. Asprey FM has a video on it. It's really, really good. Like, whenever anyone asks me about the series, I always link them to that video. Or those videos. It's like multiple. Yeah, we're not getting through stage 4 without a continue. It's just not happening. It's just not. Yeah, I could make it a command. But that's effort. That is a good idea, though. I can do that. By effort, I mean it takes like all of about like 10 seconds. I literally just open the website and like copy paste the link and hit save. Yeah, I can't think of many other mons that have that kind of like quirk to them where only like the Priva gets a move and then they lose it because it's replaced by a different move upon level up. Actually, no, I said that and I immediately remembered. In Gen 7, Crabominable got... or Crabrawler got Crabhammer by level up and it became Ice Hammer upon evolving. So if you evolved your Crabrawler into Crabominable without teaching it Crabhammer, you were screwed. Because that move and its moveset was completely replaced by Ice Hammer. I'm struggling to like pronounce their names because I never think about those mons. What a waste of like S tier offensive typing. It's so sad. Didn't even give it Ice Shard or Mach Punch. They really wanted it to just be terrible outside of Trick Room. Yeah, a lot of the Stone Evos have that kind of thing where they like stop learning moves. So that's kind of like rectified in the Gen 8, I want to say. I think I remember that being a thing. Surprised that we actually have more lives than... Well, and actually no, I'm not surprised because I said stage 4 is good for farming and I died and I still got benefits. Your Mac is you kept the Growlithe to level 47 for Flare Blitz. Yeah, it kind of blows. They rectified that in Legends too. Okay, cool. Yeah, I always kind of hated that, right? Because you would play an older game and just be like, I want to use this mon that evolves with a stone. Like, I'm trying to think. I think Muna was... Like, it's not the best example, but it's like a example. because Moon I think gets Psychic at like mid to high 30s in Black and White, but you get the Moonstone far, far earlier than that. I don't think you get the Psychic TM until like way later than like the Muna would reach the 30s. So I would always just vibe with Eviolite Muna instead of just evolving it early because I feel like I missed out on so many good moves. How different is this on hard? You added the blue bullets, okay. I see. Still functionally the same, and if you misdirected, it's a non-factor, but okay. Yeah, I don't remember Frozen Fiction, Gen 7. Unsure. Given I only played Gen 7 like 1.5 times. Or 1 3/4. Meaning I beat Sun and Moon and I got to like the new stuff in Ultra and then I immediately stopped playing it because I didn't care about beating the game. Why is it slanting like this? It's so ugly. Stop slanting. I hate this angle. This angle is horrible. Who reads bullets at this angle? Why? Maybe it's based on mind movement. I remember this one being really annoying on hard. I don't even know why exactly. I think it's just much more dense with when the anchors retract. The stuff that cheats out. Yeah, it's like functionally the same, but there's more nonsense to it. It's like really easy to follow on normal. I don't care, just let me get through a sinker. No, it's changed name in this difficulty, I think. Could art scale it, but you screwed otherwise. I like the mechanic of, or not mechanic. I like that Gen 7 made heart sales really accessible, but ultimately I think what they did in Gen 8 is a better way to go about that, where it's just a non-issue in the first place. And the card, thank you. The fact that stage 5 when like playing this like off is like shocking to me. I think that was a good quality of life they did. Growth the level up move pools. Because I do think it's silly, like just the concept that your Prio has a move that you can't. Like why? Why would that be the case? Unless like your mon changes typings or something. Even then. Because when I first got into the series, I remember like they told you the concept of like, oh, at like unevolved your mons learn moves at like a faster rate. I'm like, okay, that's like a neat trade-off, but like no one told me anything about like, oh, you just don't learn X move if you evolve, and then I learned that. I'm like, that's stupid. Why would it work that way? I remember I explicitly said that for Breloom because I was using it in Gen 3 and I evolved it. I was waiting for Spore and it never came. I didn't need to bomb there. I really didn't. Oh my god. The stage is so dense. What the frick? I'm just gonna do it on practice. I don't trust myself to do that entire stage with like 3 lives on hard. My show confidence is not in that realm. Let me see something. Okay, I was looking at something. Stage 5. No warp. Good morning, Matt. Wow. I feel like the segments like this aren't that bad. Like the upcoming one. Once you have it routed, it's kind of whatever. I was gonna say, I'm surprised I would get away with that. I see that hard added they should leave the bullets behind them, so it's not as for. Also, actually, a question: like, how audible is the keyboard, if at all? That was terrible EFO routing, but the segment done right. Oh, gee, why is that so dense? You can hear it, but it's not obnoxious. Okay, that's the gist of it. It's like right under my microphone, so that's actually good. The way that my mic is like positioned on the desk. Definitely good because I know it's like a ridiculous amount quieter than my last keyboard, which was very sucky and bad, and I dealt with it for a year and I don't know why. What's that density? I put the thing. I like got totally lost in how much was happening there. Or how much overlap. It's a nice singular bullet. That was hella goofy, but okay. Am I just do it on full power? I don't even know how to describe how it feels different than normal for that non. I'd have to add the laser in this one though. Didn't have to do that. Really didn't. Why? In a sense, the laser's kind of nice. In a really cursed sense of the word, because it forces me to like stay in a specific area, so I don't like freak out and do a motion that's gonna get me killed. Looks like this one has a lot of health. This card is always weird to me, the way it just like spreads. Nope. And how I hit X. I get the gist, it's just not comfortable. I wish I could do that without having the menu out. Like, I get why you literally need to pick and load that part. How I hit X-Layer. I like that card a lot, actually. Then I hate this card. Completely. Why is it so fast? Wait, why does it sweep like that? I just hate... Ugh. Like, you can't be at the edge of the screen, you don't have the time to react to the sweep and just, like, move. You have to, like, hug the inner part a bit. Not that much. I want to capture it once. I feel like in every 1CC I've ever had of this game, I just fold on this card and just bomb it. I just don't like it. Like, her health drain's fast. It's like half her health is just... You gotta spin a lot. Like, why? Like, maybe there's something I don't get about what indicates when it's gonna, like, go faster. Like, dude, I don't know what you want me to do. Like, there's a reason I always bomb it, because it's just inconsistent and I melt like half of its health before it even starts, but then I just have to deal with this. You don't even really get a moment to sit under to do damage either. It's actually okay until like a clip there. I just can't pause on the second loop, is what it feels like. I feel like I'm unfocused on like not hitting her. I feel like I want to be unfocused a lot of the time. To heckin' move. If I actually looped around that, I would have gotten that for Alpha Solo. I think it really just is a case of you just can't stop moving after a certain amount of loops. Still an obnoxious card. It'd be more obnoxious if I was Rainbow because my speed would be slower. You know, I cannot stop. No stop. How'd I go down? Why'd I do that? Also, it's crazy to me it's only been like an hour and a half. I swear whenever I stream this game, it feels like it goes by more slowly. Which I kind of like. It feels like less of a blur. I feel like sometimes when I stream like solo queue, just like it feels like I blink and like 3 hours have passed. There we go, Jesus. Not that hard. That's good food. I think this one's a lot easier, so it's a matter of aligning yourself correctly when it starts spreading. It's kind of disorienting to look at sometimes. Yeah, that's not bad. In conclusion, heck that one card in particular. That's the moral of the story. There's like no attempt to dodge that at all. Probably because it's an edge and a run takes like 30 minutes, I guess. Like I feel like in Splatoon it's just like a 5-minute game that just repeats and repeats and repeats and repeats and repeats. And it's like on paper that feels like it should last longer, right? Because I would have to do like 6 games of solo queue to like match like 1 run. Not even accounting for like load times and stuff. Like, I don't know. So weird. Yeah, actually, yeah, I think the gauging time thing is a fair point, because I feel like I always like have a semblance of like how much time has passed when I play this, because if I do like 1 run, it's like, yeah, it's like 30-ish minutes. So heckin' purple. And pink. I'd say the circle bolts are like pink. What do you call that pink? Maybe it is purple. Like bordering on pink. His card name is Cloudy Wave in purple. They're very different kinds of purple. This card is so simple conceptually, but you miss the jump when it matters and you just die. It's literally just crisscrossing multiple like things on top of each other. That's all it is. At like slightly strange angles. I did not hit X. Very light purple. Is it purple? Maybe it like... Maybe it's because the fact it's glowing. Maybe that's what's throwing me off. Because like the Ocarin's hair is purple at the top, but that's like a very dark purple. But then this is like a light purple. Like, do I want to hug the bottom more, maybe? Maybe I do want to hug the bottom more. Gives me more time to react, yeah, maybe. Yeah, that was the gist of it, I just died for no reason. Cause like, there's no reason to really go up, it seems. That's so dense. Sometimes the overlapping is kind, sometimes it just makes you want to die. And other times it will make you die. Then you get a wave like that, and it's just like, that's free. I literally sat still and I was fine. Okay. Forgot more lasers. On hard. That one nom that Clown Piece has always made me think of this one. Like, feels like conceptually like the exact same. Like a 1-for-1. I did not think that would clip me. I don't like this nom. But we're gonna learn it. We're going to learn it. It's not. No, it's the other. It's not after this where she starts like spinning around the screen, I think. I feel like I confuse those two. Maybe like. You know, wait, no, it's not bad. I can literally just sit still. Or not still, but you know what I mean? There's not like a ton of like necessary movement. Since she sits in the middle the whole time. Yeah, no, it's the next one I hate. Alright, good. Yocker and spin. Not really spin, more like rotate. I was annoying, I wanted to cross over, but there was a bunch of bullets in the way, I guess that's the point. I was looking at Byakuya, not myself. I don't know why I'm looking at her, I know she spins in a circle. Why did I wait so long and why did I get away with it? I'm kind of mad I got away with that and then I immediately died of that because I'm not even looking at it. If I'm mad greedy, I can just sit down here like a long time, but why would I do that? Are they... Oh, the circle parts are aimed, okay. Okay, yeah, I see. I definitely should have died there. She doesn't have a ton of health. I feel like it's not that bad. I feel like you just cycle once. You just play patient at the bottom and it's okay. Just failing the cycle on the top. Even though it's like not even like bullet density, I'm just more afraid of like something that's not even there. For no reason. I waited way too long on that one. It's okay, the spell after this one is one of my favorite cards that she has, so it's okay. Yeah, I don't know why, I keep like trying to like force it there, but I should just like wait. I have so much time, she rotates so slowly. That's all it is. Oh, she had way more health than I thought she did, okay. I think I had the right idea there, I just wasn't lined up with her, so I was doing no damage. Thought she would die, but no. No. It's definitely easier to feel confident when you actually understand like why things move the way they do. For sure. I like that's on me, but I know why it hit me. This is her last one, I think it might be. There's 3 more cards, now maybe she has 1 more non. Try this is the last one though. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know why I decided to rotate that way. Yeah, it's satisfying learning why things move the way they do. Because one of those things, like, I feel like in the back of my mind I always knew the circle part of this was aimed. But it was like, I always just like freak out and get uncomfortable anyway. So it didn't really help me until I look at this long enough, I'm like, oh. Like, now I can kind of just vibe for a bit and then move. And it's fine. Because why am I gonna move if I don't have to? Like, I haven't done much damage to her, but like, if I understand the cycle, like, it's okay, I don't really need to flip out. Like, maybe I can kill her here. Yeah. It's just a matter of like getting comfortable with something, even if you're not excellent at it. If you're not comfortable, you're not gonna get it. I do love Devil's Recitation though. The not chinky card. It just looks super pretty and it's satisfying. Until the bullets overlap like that, then that kind of sucks. Bullets just want like head on at each other. Yeah, because it's Devil's Recitation, Air Scroll, and then I don't remember what it's called on hard, but I know it's Flying Fantastica on normal. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was her last non. That's so weird she has 3 cards in a row. Unless I'm dumb and I'm really just forgetting a non, but I don't think I am. I'm bewildered that that didn't hit me. Oh, really? Really? That's like the same exact frame? Really? Okay. Yeah, you really don't have to move. Unless you know you have to move. That's how it be. I think the concept was like mind-boggling to me before I understood the concept of like streaming to the side very, very slowly, because you can really boil down like a bajillion stages in this game to that. So, like, I remember PCB stage 4 filtered me forever, and then I learned you could just hug the corner and slowly move to the other side of the screen and repeat that for like 4 minutes. Or not 4 minutes, but a very sizable amount of the stage. You know, as opposed to like when I first played, I was like blowing all these bombs for no reason because I kept cornering myself. Yeah, I hit the laser there. That's rare. I kind of forget the red lasers are even there. Do they only come back when she's weak? Is that what it is? Like when she starts the card, they go up. You know, I would take the trade and call it good enough if this was a card I didn't like, but I do like this card, so I will do it again. You know, she's low on health, the lasers appear kind of I say. It bent so far inward. Like the triangle bullets, like the laser of triangle bullets. It curves so close inward. Although, yeah, at the bottom it's like really close, so you can't really hug that low unless you're really, really cutting it close. Kind of the point. Like, I just like this card, it has like a lot of moving parts to it, but once you like figure that out, it feels really cool. Yeah, no bias, no bias. I don't know if it had as many intricate moving parts on Shinky's equivalent of it, but conceptually I like this one a lot. Unlike Show's second to last card, which can disappear for all I care. I hate that card. Filtered by low movement speed. I guess I could be misdirecting the red bullet a bit harder than I am to make it easier, but... It's almost more interesting not doing that, but... Definitely not optimal. Should just be like sitting on the side so the red bullet goes there. I can actually hug the middle lane so I don't have to worry about the blue lane hugging back and forth a ton. I think it gets harder as it ramps up. Granted, sometimes you just feel out of card, really. Sometimes it just works and you don't even know how to explain it, it just does. Oh my god. Now let's just call her Shinky. Got her in. And do that. Whoops. Yeah, head empty, just don't get hit. It's easy. Yeah, I guess that is just... Ah, there really are just 3 cards back to back to back. This one just moves really slow. When it comes down, it's just dense. That's the best way to describe it. dense circle bullet. Again, I feel like setting in the middle is easiest, but like I want to do damage to her so I don't time out, because I'm pretty sure in my first 1cc of normal I ended up timing out on this card because I was never aligned with her correctly. My damage was trash. But like it feels significantly easier in the middle to not get hit. I don't know, whenever I watched, you know, like high-level UFO, people always just went to the corner, because, you know, if you can deal with it, you're gonna get, like, your most damage here, kind of thing. Yeah, she goes faster and hard, for sure. This does not move as fast in normal. I would assume she goes faster in Lunatic, as well. You know, Lunatic UFO is a bit out of my, skill gap. I hit X, like, I keep doing that. Jacker and come back. Even though you always move the same way. Yeah, like that's a lot of damage because I actually lined up with her correctly. There you go. Majorly used to playing Rainbow, what does Sanai have? I just felt like Sanai B. The way Sanai B works in this game is like her frogs, okay. No, I think it's the frogs. The frog bullets like explode and kind of like an AoE thing, which is like kind of niche, but it's very widespread. Higher movement speed. Me dying. I don't really know exactly because I've been normal with every shot type in this game, but I really can't like super tell you. I think Sanai A has like a way. Sanai A like kind of feels like Rainbow A, just very like then. Yeah, he's kind of weird. I don't know how to like describe it. It's like a feel thing. Although I think Sanai B is really good on the extra stage because of the way her frog bullets work and the way they explode. Can kind of just bully the gimmick a bit. The Nui house. That's fine, man. We love the lurkers. Lurkers are really the unsung heroes of like everything. You know, like bringing in like Twitch or like YouTube or whatever. And I'm really feeling that lately because whenever I post a video and it gets like X amount of likes within like the first like, you know, hour or whatever, I'm like, damn. Like there are people who like click it and immediately just hit like. Kind of sick. Damn, she died fast. Why'd she die so fast? It felt so much longer before. What? Why'd she die so fast? Really? I was like, yeah, this is pretty good, but like, I feel like it was a lot longer until it ends and it just ended. What? Okay. Very cool, thanks Sanai. Do I want to jump into the extra stage like this? I haven't done it with Rainbow on this. The Rainbow... Sanai B is like the easiest for extra IMO. I'll practice that with Rainbow a bit. B or A? Like A is better for the gimmick. You kind of get screwed on some of these cards. Also, Nui is a lot more of a vibe than like hard mode shown like Byakuren on some of her cards. That's nice. I feel like Nui's not too bad of an EX. Outside of like, you know, getting filtered by the UFO gimmick cards when you don't understand them at first. I feel like it's like a shot type problem. Sometimes. But yeah, hit practice like I'm just crazy. Because the thing about Sun B, because their shot type explodes, like when the UFO summon like this, they all just like die instantly basically. Or not all, but like half of them, and that just like trivializes it like incredibly. You don't have to like focus fire one with every move. By comparison. It's like the same energy as Yomu versus Mayumi in 17. Where like the Haniwa gimmick is like laughably easy for Yomu. But kind of really obnoxious otherwise. Oh, such bad alignment, what am I even doing? I want to see how this feels with Move B. Like if I hug the UFO, can I melt the... Kinda. At the same time I can kinda just run around and the side of her and still do damage. I feel like homing types struggle with the UFO gimmick. That's why like I remember struggling a lot with Move B. Like I can focus fire and break one, but that's like about it. Like for comparison's sake, like look at this. If I pick an IB and I hold forward with my shift key. Like bro, where'd the card go? Like where did the card go? There's no card anymore with this an IB. Bullets are only a suggestion. Like, there's literally no card. Because I think the last time I beat this extra, according to my replays, which I checked like before I streamed, was like July last year, and I don't even remember doing it, but I did it with an IB. Like, I looked at it, I'm like, oh yeah, she kind of just deletes UFOs. Really hard. Because I think the first time I ever beat this extra was with Reimu A, and I was really struggling with not the red UFO card, more so the rainbow. The fourth one was really obnoxious to me. Because there's just more clutter on the screen if you don't break the rainbow UFOs. Like a lot of clutter. I'll say low-key part of the reason I picked 12 today was because I was thinking of Nui's theme the other day. I was just stuck in my head. I keep hitting X by accident. Why do I keep doing that? I had her theme stuck in my head, so that's why we're here. I don't know why I keep hitting X by accident. Like I know it's easier to input on my keyboard, but like I keep like lightly tapping my finger down and accidentally bumping it. Like, that's what the shot type like Reimu B is, just like so obnoxious. Totally not related to Nui's trailer for Lost Word in Japan. No, never. Never. Why would that have any correlation at all? The card is so conceptually easy, but it's just satisfying. I like the way the lanes just swap with one another. It's so cool. This one also... Yeah, I remember timing this one out with Move B. I hated this one. Why did I run into them? Stupid. Yeah, I definitely remember timing out my first 1cc to Green UFO Invasion of Justice. Like, I just hugged the bottom and, like, it's not, like... It's pretty easy to not get hit. It's just, like... It just lasts forever. Yeah, back to 6 when UFS 1 was announced in Lotus End Story. When you had Yuka's name stuck in your head, yeah. Oops. It's all a bunch of propaganda to get me to play UFO. That's all it is. That's how that works. Honestly, I like this game a lot, though. I understand why some people are, like, incredibly turned off by it. Just because of the UFO mechanic and all that stuff. And be really annoying. That and losing 1 power upon dying. Can I, like, move to the right? Thank you. I'd like an opportunity to reposition. I also remember being very annoyed by this card, but then I learned you can literally just like hug like 2 inches away from Nui and she barely moves. So you can kind of just like cheese her by just like forcing her to like barely nudge herself and then just like fire at her. And it's like super trivialized. Like this card ends up getting annoying when she actually like hits like the bottom of the screen and stuff, but you just don't have to deal with it. If you know that. I always thought I had the... You know, like, the way, like, most cards, I feel like, are work that way is, like, they ram you until they bump the edge of the screen. But for some reason, Nui doesn't do that. She just goes to your current position, which I think is very strange. But it makes that card, like, trivial, so... Cool, I guess. Yeah, this card is nonsense with Ring Move B. Pure unadulterated nonsense. It's an IB, go burr. I like the survival. Mainly the last part of it, I think is really cool. The beginning part's kinda like, whatever. Cast carries UFO for you. I mean, I still like the game. But yeah, having characters like... Bruh. Having characters like Hogasa and Byakuren help a ton. Nui's good too. I mean, they're all good. I like them all for their own reasons. I could say that about like basically every game. Like very few characters I'm like kind of whatever about. Let's do that survival again, because I got clipped by it the second it transitioned to the second phase, and that felt very stupid. I really think it's just the gameplay mechanics of 12 that turn most people away from it, honestly. It's kind of a shame. But, you know, not every gameplay shake-up is gonna work out well in terms of perception. I think the way that 17 handled it was a lot better, though even then I have my issues with 17. Mainly being that it's like visually way too much to look at when you're in hyper mode. Is what I dislike about 17. Okay, why did I move? I was perfectly fine to just sit there and I moved. Why did I move? I know that it doesn't reform in time. The card ends by then. Close enough, I don't care. That's like the equivalent of getting a 99 on your exam. Although not actually, because I lose a full life for that in a run. But that's like as good as it could get without success. Hey yo, where's the damage though? We have 3.0, it feels so low. Dying this game sucks. Only TD has a lot of whatevers for you. I'm kind of whatever about Tojiko, but like everyone else is good. I'm not the biggest Yoshika enjoyer, but I can appreciate her dynamic with Sega. Like Tojiko still has a place with Fudo and Miko. I'm just on like a standalone. I don't think she's like a ton. Also not huge on like the kind of like Ghost Wisp tail. That's just me. I got one else in TD is really good though. Although TD's weird because it ends up reusing Yuuko and Kogasa. Like I think TD actually has the smallest cast in terms of who's new, if I'm not mistaken. Because it's just Kyoko, Yoshika, Seiga, Fudo, Miko, Mamizu. But I kind of appreciate Sega's existence because there's like very few characters I would call like outright like yeah, there's like basically no characters I would call like outright evil or anything in Touhou. Like there's a lot of like morally questionable stuff, but like Sega like crosses that line of like she's like basically the closest to an evil character there is. So I can appreciate her for that. All the incidents are just a mix of like people wanting to further their own goals or just they don't understand consequences kind of thing. Ow. I mean, it was almost a capture. Yeah, like I guess Mima too, but I feel like Sega's like another tier beyond that. But I feel like that's like part of my belief in that comes from like stuff she does in the manga, so. Sega's a big weird champ in terms of what she does. Even the idea with like Yoshika alone is just like, damn, you really revived this dead body and you treat it like a pet. Even though it was once a person, like what the frick? Don't trust necromancy. Yeah, the music does kind of jam. I had the song stuck in my head a lot recently. Speaking of UFO, the Become Fumo dev just posted a model of Marasa. Wow. Marasa's cool. I feel like I appreciated her more that 17.5 came out. Still think it's funny that they just refused to reuse Show for like anything, despite her being a stage 5. Probably like the least acknowledged stage 5 boss of like a modern-ish game. Like comparing like Show's appearances and stuff compared to like... I mean like Sake is obviously not modern, like Sake, Yomu, Raisin, Tsunai, big one. I feel like Orin, even Orin has more. He appears a lot in that manga. Like Show gets like nothing. If Fudo doesn't, no, Fudo's in the fighting game, that counts. Asia got her own spin-off game. Clown Piece is a meme. Even people that don't know Touhou probably know Clown Piece. Mine and Satona are kind of like down there, but I kind of consider them like extensions of Okina. Mayumi's cool. Ooh, I feel like I see a ton of Megumi art on my timeline, but that might just be recency bias. And I feel like I don't see much of show. Like, the most show I've ever seen was like the beginning of this year because it's the year of the tiger on the Chinese Zodiac. I saw a ton of show art for like a week, and then she disappeared again, and I don't see her anymore. Yamarosa is a cool pick for 17.5. I'm still baffled that Nitori is not in 17.5. Like, that felt like such an easy thing to just stick her in there in a game about oil, and just she could benefit so much off of it, and the oil like water thing. Like, it's such a gimme, but she's not there. It's so weird. Outside of that, I feel like I only see show art when it's like with other UFO characters. I don't know if I feel like doing the entire extra right now. I don't think I have that in me. But we'll do the Kogasa cards. How about that? I don't feel like dealing with the stage that I'm in right now. I love-hate this card because there's like not a ton of bullets going on, it's just the angle and speed of it makes it annoying. This was such a filter for me when I first played this extra. Like, this card actually horrified me in terms of consistency. But it's one of those things that like once you stop overthinking it, it's not that bad. I have a ton. Yeah, it's the first time streaming in like, I want to say almost 2 weeks again because I had my hand issues, which seem better now. I didn't really feel like dealing with solo queue, so we didn't do that. Also, I was like zones mall, like there's no such thing as good rotations in Splat anymore. Convinced. Stop going so fast. There we go. I like how I say Kogasa filters me, and then it's just like 1, 2, 3, just perfect Kogasa, like first try, like. Damn. Getting better at games? What? That's crazy. Yeah, I had the YouTube videos I uploaded between the last time I streamed and now, so it's like I've been doing stuff. A viral thing has been doing that kind of deal. And I feel like I think I have it in my Discord bio. It's like how do I word it? Or can I not see my own Discord bio when I'm streaming? Oh, I wonder. Oh, it's probably a setting. Okay. Well, the gist of it is it says streams when I feel like it, and if I'm not feeling like it, why am I gonna stream Splatoon? Why am I gonna sit here and have no fun? It's not a fun experience. Yeah, like there's like bearable bad maps, but like I'm not doing Zone Small. Every time I ever stream Zone Small, I just don't have a fun time because I get the people who just like feed in the front. I'm like, no, this is not it. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like especially lately, I really just like I stream when I'm feeling it. I feel like that's like important. Stream mode disables it. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I never looked at it. That's interesting though. I have like an hour. What do I want to do? I feel like I'm done with UFO. I gave it 2 hours of my time, which is like sufficient for the fact it's UFO. What do I do? What's the rotation right now? Walleye! I hate it. I feel like the few times I have streamed Splatoon in the past month, it was also only like, it was basically always Walleye. Why? Why is it so hard to play that game? Why? Alright, conclusion, we switch which game we go to. 13? I feel like 13's an easy cooldown game. I feel like you can just vibe with 13. 13's an easy game. A big game. Plays on normal. 13's like really bad big game on normal. Yeah, all I see is Walleye and Maul and Moraine. I'm good. I'm good. I am very good. Yeah, TD's a big vibe. I did hard with Yomu and Sanai on this. Computer at least. I do it with normal on everyone. Wait, I didn't beat it on normal on this? That's so funny. I just skipped to hard because normal TD is kind of snooze. That's so funny. If I want like full like autopilot, I could just do TD normal. That is like 100% autopilot. I can do it like half glancing at the screen. There's like no threat. Yeah, let's just do Rainbow hard. Good enough. I said it on stream before, but the first time I ever played TD blind, I was still like pretty bad at these games. You know, not that I'm like incredible or anything now necessarily, but I was like significantly worse probably. And I almost 1cc'd the first time on normal, like not knowing anything. I was like actually stunned how easy it was because I had spent so much time before playing 13 grinding out 10, 11, and 12. Mostly 11 and 12, 10 is like... 10's tricky if you don't bomb spam, if you bomb spam it's like a Beppy game. Yeah, like going from the grueling difficulty of 11 and 12 into this, I was just like, what the heck? Like, I feel like hard TD is like more akin to what I would expect on normal relative to like 11 and 12's difficulty. Like, difficulty is like a subjective thing, maybe the patterns in TD just made more sense to me, but... the system felt so much more forgiving on top of that. I would say the one thing about TD I think is unforgiving is the life system like UFO. Because if you don't use Spirit Trance on the few life pieces you do get in the game, it feels like you can barely ever die. But like, I feel like you get enough bumps. And the game's not like ridiculously difficult as a base that you can kind of just exist. So I never noticed Rainbow has like the cherry blossom pattern on her bow in this game. I actually never noticed that. Huh. Like, wait, can you see my mouse? I have it turned off, but like on the left here. Then 15 happened. Yeah, it's like weird because 11 and 12 are like so brutally difficult, I feel, and most people would agree on that. And then like 13 is just Bappy mode, and then 14's average, and then 15 just goes back to like the 11 and 12 thing where it's just like, yep, this game is heckin' hard. And then 16 jumps back down to like very average difficulty, nothing too crazy. It's just like, what is... Like, what is going on? And even now 18 has like really weird difficulty. The first time I played it, I got to like Misumaru and Megumi, I'm like, okay, like, you know, it's like average, and then Chamato is just super easy. I'm like, what? Like, I think I legitimately lost the most lives to Misumaru. Getting clipped on Megumu's fight. And Chamato I died like once. Like, maybe you can make the argument that Chamata's meant to be easier because there's that one unlockable you get if you beat her with no skill cards. But like, even without skill cards, like once you learn her fight, the most threatening thing she has is her nons. I don't know, it's like, again, it's hard to judge difficulty, especially since 18's more recent. I'm obviously like better now than I was like when I was new. Like, I don't know, I looked into it, most people like had the general consensus that like, yeah, Misumaru Megumu is like the harder part, even then some people call Megumi really easy. Check and see if you're out of it. Yeah, 18 is just a strange game in terms of like analyzing the difficulty. Like even if you take skill cards out of the question, I still feel like Misumaru and Megumu are harder than Shimata on the whole. Thank you, Yuka. Very cool. Even think about it lately. Swear you heard about Final Fantasy 16 5 years ago. You look it up and it says upcoming. Like a lot of games feel like that. Like they'll announce something super early and it gets delayed to hell or it just doesn't happen. Oh yeah, that happened with like P5, right? Like wasn't P5 announced and then like it didn't come out for like another like 5 years or something basically. But yeah, 18 has like a bunch of broken cards that'll just like rip the game in half. But it's kind of hilarious and I love it. But I wish that game was a bit more difficult, so it was a bit more interesting to like replay. Because the card system adds a ton of replay value, but I feel like because of the difficulty, like the difficulty climb isn't. It doesn't ascend. Like I feel like it goes down in difficulty when you get to Chimata, which is a shame. It's not even like a case where I think like in like 11 I think like some routes for Satori, or like you know in general I think I struggle more with Orin than Oku, but like I would say they're comparable difficulty, but like I really just think Chimata's that much easier. Let me actually use Spirit Trance to get life pieces. I died. I think I died that way the first time I played this game too, because I was trying to collect stuff at the top, and then that pelted me, and it felt very stupid. Yeah, Chimata's excellent as a character. I just wish her fight was more. Like Chimata's cards feel like the cards that once you learn how to do them, you're not going to really forget it, and it becomes like a lot easier. Which is like everything, but I feel like there's not a ton of execution on Chimata outside of her nons being like very fast. Like once you understand how her first card works, like you basically never die to it again. So many bomb pieces. Kept hearing it, and I see people playing 14. Have you been imagining 16 this whole time? It feels that way sometimes, right? Like, it's always hard when you don't know, like, the particulars of a game. Like, if I'd, like, talk so casually about, like, the numbers of Touhou games, I'm like, oh yeah, 14.3 was, like, this year, or whatever, and someone's like, what the frick are you talking about? What is a 0.3? What is a 0.5? What is a 0.8? Why do you have decimal games? What are you saying? Or, you know, like the fact that 18 released like months before 17.5, because 17.5 got delayed to hell. Yeah, every full number Touhou game is a mainline game. Every decimal is a spin-off. And the spin-offs vary in genre quite a bit. Like there's fighting games, there's photo games which play very similar to the main games, but it's more segmented into like levels. Sometimes there's just like wacky spin-off of the day that's like a one-off thing, but they just end up doing. There's a lot of variants. I want to go back and stream the photo games more, because I feel like the photo games are like the best in terms of streaming because I can actually have like downtime to like breathe. That isn't just pausing. Or when I die. Like I actually did stream the 2 of the photo games. I feel like 14.3 was one of my favorite streams because I randomly just did it on impulse one night at like 1 AM. It was really fun. I think my struggle was like I suck at the end game of the photo games that have to like get better if I plan on finishing that, because the end game I have to actually like go mental to beat. So those games get really hard by the end of them. So I swear the last time I played hard, like a few weeks ago in this game, maybe a month, like Kyoko was like a bit more mental on hard for some reason. Yeah, like I know the photo games well enough that I can do like the early levels, like kind of whatever, you know, within like a few tries or minutes probably for most of them, but like once you reach like level like 9 of the photo games, it gets really brutal on some of them. The way the photo game works is basically, it's like the bullet patterns like in these games, but like each level is like one particular pattern. So once you like clear it, you're done with that level and you can move on to the next kind of thing. As opposed to just like 30 minutes of like basically non-stop, just like don't get hit, lol. Just like the mainline games. Yeah, like I lost that random life in stage 2 and I'm still sitting here with like 3 lives total. Hades is a weirdly balanced game. Yeah, I'd say the difficulty of the photo games, even from the very early levels, is like... You know, it's not like the most brutal thing ever, but if you're used to playing on like normal mode, you're probably going to start getting filtered around like level like 4-ish, depending. Like, it ramps up in difficulty fairly quickly. But the cool thing is you can kind of jump around if you don't understand how to do a level. You're not forced to do like literally everything. You know, as opposed to like mainline where like you may struggle with one pattern in particular, but you're gonna have to deal with it no matter what. To some capacity. For the most part. And it's a good thing you can jump around, because you will reach that point where everything will filter you, but if you've beaten enough, you'll have multiple levels that you can browse through and think like, maybe I can do this one. That was basically me the first time I reached like the higher levels of Shoot the Bullet. I was like skipping entire levels because I'm like, I don't know what the frick I'm supposed to do. Heck, Lotus Land Story, Marathon, or Purple Stars. When I played Lotus Land Story like a month ago, it like... I remember getting mega filtered by the Marissa fight, but for some reason it went really well that time. I think I just like so happened to have movements where I wouldn't get clipped when like the 4 things orbiting her would start spinning like away from her and then like they were tracked back in. Because I felt like that always killed me every single time I played it in the past, but for some reason it actually just clicked in my head. I'm like, oh, I get it now. But like, you know, like it's a PC98 game. There's like some things that are kind of just like whack, like Yuga's Master Spark kind of thing. Of just like, random knowledge check, big laser covering like 90% of the screen. Did you remember? No? Okay, you're gonna die or burn a bomb right now. Like, it's like comedically arcade-like. I still don't know how you're supposed to do some of the cards on Yoshika's fight, honestly. I ended up just timing out most of it when I first played TD. Like, she just heals too much, I feel, for some shot types to like melt through her. Plus her DPS is like stellar. I'd really be down to see another photo game. I don't know if that'll happen for a while. Battle Detector's okay, but it's definitely my least favorite of the three. Because I feel like there's entire levels in Battle Detector that are built with certain things, like some of like the, not items, but upgrades in mind, so you kind of just like break them once you understand, as opposed to like feeling like you have to do something, which like you could do in 14.3, but you also could just not do that. But like there's literally parts of Battle Detector where it's just like, oh, you have to teleport here, you're gonna explode because Junko has a full like circle. Lol. Like I wasn't big on those kinds of levels. But I did like the crossover cards that that one had. I thought those were cool. Like the Kaguya plus Shimmy one. So that one's cool. It's like, oh yeah, they're both princess characters, I just never think of them together. And then you get like the weird ones with like Ron paired up with like Koichi, and you're just like, what the frick is this? Well, I actually killed her that time. Waiting for a non-aerial fighter. I don't know when we'll see another fighter, but I really would like to. I hope it's like a reboot, just like a totally new fighter, hopefully grounded. Because my hopium for that would be, we had Immaterial and Missing Power 7.5, and then Scarlet Weather Rhapsody built on top of that with 10.5, and then Soku like was like 12.3. Was our third one for that, right? And then they switched over to the aerial one, so you had 13.5 with Hopeless Masquerade, 14.5 with Urban Legend and Limbo, Antimony of Common Flowers for 15.5. It's like, you know, if we're following the logic of like 1, 2, 3, change 1, 2, 3, we should have like an original one at some point in the near future, right? Right? I would just like to see like a reboot again, and just to see like new characters, like I don't know, throw like Chamata in there. Mayumi, Keiki, I don't care, just somebody. Would be really cool. Okina, put Okina in her chair. I don't know. Just do it. Make it so in Okina's super she stands up. I don't know, you could do anything. Because I remember before 14.5 and 15.5 came out, I was like, oh yeah, Seija could totally be in like a fighter. But she didn't end up being in there, but she ended up getting ISE anyway, so I'm like, you know what, fine. Like, a spin-off photo game is actually awesome. I'm shocked that didn't hit me. Absolutely floored. So since we were speaking about Sega earlier, I love the stage theme. Desire Drive is so good. I think even now, like a decade after this game came out, like roughly, Desire Drive is still one of the most like popular songs. It's kind of crazy. Or like it feels like the exception to the rule, right? Because a lot of the older songs, you know, like Flandre Scene, that kind of deal tend to like stay up there because they're so widely known. Like Cassie fits her more. Yeah, I'm glad she got it, and like she's she has like the perfect personality to run around and annoy everybody anyway. So I feel like it's like the same thing with the photo games with like Aya. Like everyone just hates Aya in terms of dealing with her. And they don't need to when they don't need to. So it's funny. Also, Sage just stealing stuff from other characters is fun. Yeah, I don't know what you would do with Sage exactly in a fighting game. But again, like, I don't know, like, yeah, Sake is interesting in the old fighters, because, like, I click the funny button now, you slow down for multiple seconds, I guard crush you, oopsie. Like, I don't know. There's some funny stuff they've done. I feel like I always just defeat Yoshika in this fight, like, repeatedly. And, like, that's faster, but, like... I bet people have done this fight with the intention of never knocking out Yoshika just for the fun of it. It sounds kind of funny, actually. Where's the YouTube clickbait video? Beating Sega without knocking out Yoshika? It appears I failed the challenge. I like knocking out Yoshika because it gives you a lot of time to just fire at Sega uninterrupted. What would be funny is if someone hacked in well, okay, there's literally mods for this, but like you know, if you had like race and shot type in 15 which pierces in this fight, because then you just ignore Yoshika's gimmick entirely, which is really funny to think about. And there's still cases in 15 where some cards get ripped apart by Rayson. Lana Sagame has that one card where the intention is, you know, you have to like break the yin yangs to like hit her, but then Rayson's like, lol. I didn't death bomb that, I thought I did, that sucks. Tragedy. I wasted a life. I'm still not that worried. Yeah, I like Seika's theme too. I like Fudo's theme. I like everyone's theme. Tajiko's non-existent theme. Tsukasa's non-existent theme. Banger. Love the part where she appears 3 times in 18, still has no theme. Certified classic. I guess lives rent free in your head because of PvP. Yeah. I want to get the purple, I don't care, the life pieces matter so much. I feel like I just popped my left ear and now audio sounds weird. I hate when that happens. Oh, it sounds so weird. Wow, Tojiko, wow. Go, Tojiko, go. You're so cool with your bullet pattern of a bunch of arrows that are all home, so I can literally just do this the entire duration. You can't do anything about it. You're epic. It's so sad. It's so sad. There's nothing she can do about it. I do like the spell card though, this one's cool. I like the way like the thunder like curves, it's interesting. I say thunder, but you know, like arrows, but they resemble thunder. I definitely dropped 1 life to this the first time I played TD, because I'm like, what the frick is this movement? It's so janky. And I dropped 1 here, so... You know, I have it coming for saying I don't really feel too strongly about Tajika. It's what I deserve. Not my favorite character ever. What a horribly insulting thing to say. That I can't have like 150 favorites in one franchise. I'm willing to trade for just the pieces. Even if it's a bad trade, whatever, I'm lazy. I'll admit it. She's trying her best. Her best is not very good. I'm sorry. What she deserves is a pair of legs. No, I agree. Okay, what's weird is, like, Tachiko's Ghost Wisp annoys me. Like, I don't like it. But, like, I'm perfectly fine with Wakasaka Hime. Like, I'm okay with a mermaid not having legs, but for some reason a ghost with no legs is where I draw the line of, like, that's kind of weird. It's most backwards logic. Don't judge me. Mermaid funny fish, mermaid cool. What about Mima? It doesn't bother me on Mima. I don't know why Tojiko specifically. I don't know what it is. Fudo on a boat, Fudo on a boat, Fudo on a boat. I remember the first time I played TT, I was laughing at the fact she's on a boat for like a solid like 20 seconds. I don't know why, like her sprite on top of that boat is just so funny to me. Oops. It's okay, we have 2 lives, that's fine. That's fine. Even though we're never gonna keep those 2 lives because I don't think there's not enough life pieces to even get another extend, I don't think. In the rest of the game. But hey, no one said this was a 1cc. I already did my food. I'm fine. I did my daily dose of Shotoromaru. I don't need more of this pattern. I'm good. Thanks. I appreciate you. I do like this card though. I like the spinning on a circle. It's fun. Spin. It's also pretty. That's me analyzing my favorite cards in Touhou. It's pretty, and it's fun. Therefore, 10 out of 10. It's also incredibly easy. Yeah, I love Fudo. Fudo memes are so good. Just having a character completely out of their era where their speak is just so far beyond the way everyone else talks is just so funny. I think it's funny because it's only her. Like, Miko talks like perfectly normally. Pretty and easy there for fun, yeah. That's my very strict criteria. I don't know, I'm gonna remember I have a C button, even if I don't have an X button right now. Actually, I didn't even know about how the trance mechanic worked the first time I played TD. And I never hit the C button, I didn't know that's how it worked. I thought it only activated when you died. I'm like, that's weird, why'd they add a pity mechanic? What a strange decision. And then I learned you hit C. I said, oh. Okay. Fudo's such a goofball. That's what makes her excellent. Miko. I can't unsee like the owl ears on Miko, especially since her transformation in the fighting game is like an owl. I can never unsee it. It's like look at her, look at the top of her hair on the sprite. Like it looks like the hair is like sentient. It's just moving on its own. How does it do that? Impressive. They look more like ears when they're animated like that, like cat ears. Yeah, I think a lot of people think IN and TD are like forgiving games to begin with, and I would agree with them. Though I will say IN is very confusing with the BCOK mechanic meter thingy on the bottom left. Like outside of that, I think it's a pretty straightforward game. I love Miko Sam. I'm just gonna burn the bomb, I'm gonna die at some point eventually anyway. Kind of forgot that it does this on hard. It's a good thing that it wasn't threatening. Just slightly dense. I'm not even sure how you're supposed to like correctly misdirect this, honestly. I kinda just go by feel. Like I think as long as you like pass through the beginning waves of arrows, I think you're fine. But it gets denser and denser. I definitely gotten hardwalled by it though. Good enough. I love the way this card looks. This one's so cool. It's like one of like my favorite cards from 13. Maybe in general, like I love the way this one like plays. I forget what Lunatic adds to it specifically, but I remember just like before I had the practice tool and everything, right? This game had a spell card practice. I remember just doing that card. It's just so fun. I don't know why. I told you it was inevitable, so. Can I get the laziest 1cc imaginable? Maybe. Maybe. Big maybe. Okay, I got scared. I got very scared there. Have I really done that little damage? Have I like not been aligned with her at all? That sucks. I guess I was off to the side for most of that. Ah, no. Pain. Honestly, for how lazy of a run this has been, it was a bit. Yeah, really, where are the iframes? Really? What iframes? Oh my goodness. I was gonna say, I don't think our final card's that bad until like the later part of it is like a little bit sketch, but on the whole, I don't think it's too hard of a final spell. How tragic we can't play the extra with Reimu today. Oh no. Anyways, remember that time I ran into the enemies that spawn on stage 2? That was great. That was great. It's like at this part where it literally begins raining. That's like kind of like questionable. I mean, like the 1cc's gone, it's fine. We're just vibing. Throwing all our labs at Miko. Because we can. Nothing worse for you than dying with unused bombs, honestly. That's like 90% of my deaths because I'm too stubborn and I say I want to play the game correctly without bombs and then I die. I'm like, wow, why did I die with 5 bombs? Keen, you're freaking terrible. That's like my mood. That's how I play this game. These games. That's like, that applies to like everything. Because like it's like, yeah, I can 1cc it if I spam every bomb I get on every life, right? Like I'm fine at doing that. Like I've done EOSD on Lunatic doing that, but I'm like, that's not fun or as fun. I want to play the game mostly correctly, at least. Because like I think MOF has the biggest problem with that because the bomb system or the power system goes to 5, right? But your damage cap's at 4, so there's literally no penalty for spamming bombs in that game because it's directly tied to power. Because if you bomb on a like crowded part of the stage segment, you're probably gonna get like at least 50% of that bomb back. You know, if not, you know, no reduction if you blow up at like a really good time. So I feel like a lot of MOF is just like, yeah, you could just bomb the whole game and you're fine. Or you could alternatively pick Marissa B and have the game play for you. That's always fun too. Yeah, it's subjectively better to burn the bombs instead of dying with no purpose, but I'm stubborn. Let me, I do it like this because I'm too lazy to do the stage right now. Recipe is one of your favorite glitches in gaming. It's excellent. It makes me laugh every time. Like, I like to do it like every few months just as a reminder, because a run with Marissa B is you know, 12 minutes maybe, give or take. Never touch Marissa. What's her redeeming qualities? Her speed's actually quite useful for some attacks in terms of like maneuverability. Like I'm trying to think what's like an easy example. Cause like, okay, there's like multiple ways you could do like Flandre's Maze of Love in the OSD. You could either sit still and try and like weave your way through, or alternatively, if you're Marissa, you're fast enough that you can actually spin around Flandre on the opening gaps and be perfectly fine. And like, yeah, that's gonna take significantly longer, but it's probably more easy or more consistent and easier to do than like trying to squeeze between two things. I mean, like, I don't think Maze of Love is bad, but like, it's just like, you know, that's like where the speed could matter, for example. Like in this game, what does Marissa have? Increased power and speed in the spirit realm. Easier item collection, wow. I think some people use Marissa for like, in some games for score runs, but I'm not too familiar with like score runs outside of just like watching them sometimes. I can't super say. In my head, it's still just like the meme of like, you beat the game with like Reimu or Yomu or whatever, and someone's like, okay, now do it with Marissa. You know? You know, I don't have extra unlocked with Marissa, but you know, we'll give her a chance. We haven't used her today. I know Yomu is Yomu and kind of silly in this game, so. I still think the one weirdest Marissa shot type is that one from UFO that never got reused again. I think it's like... Yeah, I think Marissa B in UFO is the one I'm thinking of. Like, I don't think they ever reuse that shot type. Heckin' fish-shaped bullet, and by fish I mean arrow-shaped, but I think it's a fish in my head. It's like... I feel like it's like a, I can literally just boot the game, it's faster that way than trying to like explain it. So... Touhou 12, windowed. Window capture. Touhou 12. Yeah, I think it's this one. This one's so weird. Like, look at the shot type. What is this? This is not a Marissa shot type. Why? Why? This does not look like a Marissa shot type. It's so wide. I don't know like the finer details. I don't think its damage is crazy either, but like, it's like Marissa's like the high damage character that's like hard to aim with. So like, what the heck is this? What is this? I don't. It's not a Marissa shot type. I don't know what the heck that is. Yeah, Yomu's gimmick is her focus shot is like a charge, but like she just like strikes multiple times. It does like ridiculous damage. So it's like it's an awkward learning curve with Yomu, but she like basically melts things on command. Stage segments get laughably easy because of the disjoint on the hitbox is like absolutely massive. Such a big hitbox. It is crazy. Like she had something in PC98 that was similar. I don't know, maybe, but I don't know. I'm not a fan of that Marissa shot type. It just doesn't feel right. Doesn't look right. I don't like it. That means it's bad. That's how it works, right? That's so strange. I never reused that shot type, so I feel like it's just like a one and done, just like forget it existed kind of thing. Yomu. The one annoying thing about Yomu is you can't like do a partial charge, it has to be like all at once. Or you just drop it completely. You know, like I can melt these big fairies like in one hit basically. Also yeah, the distance that travels up the screen is incredibly deceptive. Like I'm like at the bottom and still reaching them. Like look how far this wave travels. It's crazy. I will say it makes movement kind of awkward for Yomu because you can't just like focus and move at the same time, really. Unless you're willing to sack some DPS, but it's a cool shot type. It's very unique. Yeah, I feel like most people stick to Rainbow, me included. Rainbow also has small hitbox, which is comfy in a game where it's all about not getting hit. There was an attempt. Whatever. I remember your fight decently well, but the execution on some cards is a bit finicky, so I don't trust myself to do it with like basically only 3 lives. I'll share with Yomu. Without any warm up on Yomu. Yeah, because it's like so disjointed, I'm allowed to just like sit on the side and be okay. In terms of still hitting her. Hitbox is so wide and it goes so far up. So it just melts everything. Kind of awkward and stuff like that where I need to like go down, right? Yeah, I like my Ubisoft's fight a lot for an extra boss because of the fact it slowly introduces you to new bullet types that interact, like act in certain ways, right? And as the fight progresses, it starts stacking them on top of each other. I think that's really cool fight progression. Because you had the one card with like the people-shaped bullets, and you had the one with like the dog-shaped bullets, and now you have the one with the bird-shaped bullets, and like eventually they start interacting, both appear in the same kind of card. And then her survival is a culmination of every kind of bullet she has, which is really cool. Proud about the frogs. I like this one combines the dogs with the birds and the frogs. It's just it's such a cool progression to the fight. I don't trust myself on this with the Yomu movement, no way. Yeah, this one might be kind of annoying with Yomu movement. Maybe not, but... Ah. I had a bomb too, it's a shame. I'll say for a blind run at the fight, this has been really good. This card is funny. I'm not good at it, but it's funny. Yeah. Awkward. You need to switch sides constantly. It's just like, I want to do like a little bit more, but I have to charge to reach her from the corner there. This is awkward more than anything. I tap way too far right there. Oops. Honestly, that was really good. For a first attempt, that was really close, because it was like... 2 cards left? I think she had her survive... No, she had the... No, 3 cards left, because she had the one where she imitates Rainbow, the survival card that combines all the bullets into one pattern. Then her final card, which I don't think is that bad, honestly. Not terrible, honestly. Alright, let me pick not Yomu to do. I understand how to do this card, but I always mess it up in execution. I always have to like burn a bomb. I really like survival though. Survival's really cool. Like, I feel like survivals that change how they work a few times are fine. Like, I really like this one for just building upon itself more and more. I like when they do that a ton. It's like, now you implement the lanes with the people, so it limits your horizontal movement. And they progressively close in tighter and tighter. You get less and less space to work with, and then you get clipped by that. But yeah, but like the end of it, you're like forced to like stick in this square basically. Or I guess like this, I guess you could move vertically to an extent, but like, wow, I don't know why you would do that. That's me being silly. I never really understood like what this one. I never felt like a crazy sense of progression on this final card. Maybe I'm just like, maybe I don't get it. Because to me it feels like you just stream and then you clip through the red bullets and you're fine. That's basically the gist of it. Like, I don't know, maybe the density increases on the red bullets, like the speed or something of that nature, but it just never felt like... It never felt like a true finishing card where like it ramps up in difficulty kind of thing. You know, compared to like Quishy's Lake, Subterranean Rose kind of deal. Where it goes through like different cycles with how the roses rotate around her. Like this one feels like it's very you get what you see. Is it now at the end that it changes a bit? I don't remember. Seems like the gist stays the same. Like now it's like more crisscrossy, I guess. Out of timeout. Yeah, that final card's kind of weird, but on the whole, I like her fight a ton. Like, it's really good. Fun stuff. Yeah, I feel like a lot of final cards tend to like progress in cycles and get more difficult, or just like shift how they work a bit, but I feel like that one just like works the same. It just like... It just gets like slightly harder as it goes. So I don't know, that one feels off to me. Because I'm thinking like... I think of like other EX stages finals, like Quishy's final, Nui's final, it just like builds upon itself and gets more bullets to it, more speed, kind of different angles. Like Raikou, I like Raikou's a lot because it goes with the music. And like it just adds more and more to the pattern. Kind of like, I feel like Junko's final card's a good example, like Pristine Danmaku Hell. As it has like 4 parts to it as her health bar lowers, and then it just like keeps adding on top of itself to the point where the end is just like utter nonsense. I think that's really fun. Like Yukari does that. Like I feel like most final or extra bosses do that. I guess to an extent final bosses, a lot of final bosses work that way too. I mean, it kind of does, just maybe it's more subtle. I like the menu theme in this game. I can say that about like every game. Yeah, it's like 4:30, so I usually end around now. So it'll probably be it for today. Tomorrow I can't stream. Thursday maybe? I don't know. We'll say it's less about a schedule, more so like when can I and am I feeling like it kind of thing. Yeah, so that's fun. I'm glad. We did the thing, we casually beat UFO in a really sloppy manner, and we explored 12 and 13 a bit, so it was fun. You're lurking, I appreciate it. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Had fun with it, so... Well, at the end of the day, I should be enjoying a hobby. So, I'm good with it. Yeah, we'll see you. And I hope you have a good day, night, whatever time it is, I don't know. I woke up at 7 AM today, that's way too early. I never want to do it again. Bye-bye.